and my wife is Matilda Fedler. I have a daughter and a son. Daughter has a son and son has a daughter. I joined the hostel only in the final year, the 5th year. The other 4 years I was a day scholar staying in a room outside. The one thing I really benefited by joining the hostel was during the study holidays. Study holidays, we used to have a combined study kind, and also the doubts of one would be immediately clarified by another person there, and that was very beneficial. And I should say that was the best year I could score quite a good high mark. And one thing important was we used to take 5 years question paper of the past 5 years, and of course it was into two because there used to be another exam in between for the failures. So 10 years question paper, if you are thorough, then I think you are through, and not only through, you would also score quite high. That way I should thank all my friends and my roommates who had helped us, each other at least, and we could really score. Thank you very much.
Who's next? Steve? Steve, the veteran.
Malaysia.
Well, if I'm talking about my college life, I think I was more notorious than really a student. My wife, Maria Chakravarti, we got married many moons ago, and I think I should get a special award here because I have 4 children. The first one is a girl, and I have 3 boys. And of course, I told her I would like to have 7. She had a look at me again and said, "What's wrong with you?" But I think these days she understands why I asked for 7, because I have 4 companies, 5 companies, of which so I have now given most of the controlling interest to the relevant people. So then I asked her, now what do I do? And I've still not stopped forming companies, because I think it is, since you know I am from Malaysia, I have employed about 14 engineers, of which 7 chemical engineers. And all of them are Indians over there, local Indians. It so happens that they have studied hard and they have become engineers, but unfortunately they are not getting jobs so easily, mainly because they are Indians. You know, otherwise if you are a Chinese or if you are a Malay, you will get it easy. So I decided that I will keep working for the sake of helping these people. And my latest thing that I am doing, I have been always involved in chemical engineering, although I took quite a while to do it, but I'm still in it. And now I am working on zero liquid discharge with an American patent, because that's the in thing right now. And I'm trying to develop the young generation, so that at least they get a better head start. So I have a lot of stories about my hostel days, which will take a long time to say. Anyway, thank you very much, and for giving us the occasion to be present here today. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best in all your new ventures. Sanjeev, come.
Good evening. We have my wife Rama is here. We have 3 kids. And I think the third one is, after having 2 girls, we thought let us try our luck after a 12-year gap. And son was born. The eldest daughter is a medical doctor settled in the UK. We have 2 grandchildren, good granddaughters. One is 13 years old, the other one is 11 years old. The second daughter is an engineer, lives in USA, New York. They have 2 sons, 7 years old and 5 years old. Son is yet to get married. We have been motivating him to look for a girl, but I don't know whether he will settle down. He is doing his MBA. And in terms of, I think hostel life, many of the things, I used to be a good boy, so it's only good things I remember, but 1 or 2, in the final year, I think we have to make a project report, which I somehow managed to get the library key from our dean, S.M. Lakshmanan. Opened the library and took all the project reports of the previous years and allowed few guys who were interested to type out the report and submit it. Second, I think in final year, 4th year, suddenly midnight people will wake you up and say, let's go to Swamimalai. I think the great Marimuthu and Soundar and Jayamanoran also, we all rushed to boat mail, rushed to Swamimalai. And those days the water used to flow in Kaveri. So we left all our trousers morning 6:30 and all, we got into the river and I used to swim well. Then when I came at the 8 o'clock, got into the bank, my pant is not there. I'm left with just my brief. Then I have to, stand in the water for about another 1 hour where Marimuthu has to go and get me a dhoti, and then we went to the temple to do puja actually. I think that's it. Thank you.
Actually, of course, he's one of our toppers. He's too modest to say that. Not only that, he's got a knack with all these teachers. Kutti pota pona mari sutti vandittu irupaan department. We used to wonder what this guy is doing, but he gets along well with faculty.
I would say
Because of his all-round quality, he has been able to talk well.
I just want to add one small incident about what. First year exam over, and those days we are really eager to know who came first, who came second, and all that. And this guy always come first. First year he came first, second year he came first, and third year. So when he went in to add the mark sheet, I am finding that he was not first. I was wondering who is the guy first. Just my mark sheet, it was displayed. I have come first on third year, and the difference between us, the total marks was only 7. So next year I was going headstrong. So I am going to maintain my academic brilliance there also. So what happened? He bet maybe 7%. That is nearly about 100 marks.
Thank you, Sridhar.
Good evening, I am Selva Kumar. My wife is Busha. She is sitting here. We have one daughter who is settled in US. They have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Regarding the college days, my stay was actually enjoyable because almost all of the people are my roommates only. I used to, all the year I had different people as roommates. First year we had all the Neyveli guys, second year some other guys, and finally my roommates were Venkatraman, Ramurthy, one Shanmu Sundaram, Agilan, and myself. 4 people were there. So like that, different stages we had different people. 4th year I had Murali Krishna and Nagarajan as my roommate. 3 people were there. Once Raman and Sendalnath and myself, we 3 were roommates in 3rd year. So like this we had different groupings. So almost all people are known to me and all are friendly with me. And we had collectively a very nice time. We used to play. I used to go with Balamurkhanandam for weightlifting. I used to watch Gasper playing shuttlecock, and sometimes I go with Pratap Chandran and Matthew Jacob for hockey, along with Sendil Nathan. And actually myself and Pratap Chandran, we spent 6 years together. because we studied PUC also. I was in 147, he was in 149, room number. In Trichy I am talking about, not St. Joseph's. New hostel in St. Joseph's. So we were at that time itself, we are known to each other. So during college days, there are so many instances which we can remember, but the problem is now time is up. So because of that, I am just stopping here. Time comes in future, we will discuss.
Thank you, Hello Kumar. He's very fond of curd rice, this guy. Sanjeev, you want to say something?
One more.
Fast, because we have the man about whom all of us have been talking about. He's arrived.
Just one thing I forgot. My parents never told me I have to study well. It is my roommates like Marikuttu and Stephen and Dharmalingam, who is no more, used to tell me, Sanjeev, you can take your one peck of whiskey, which was in third year, but don't forget you would get good marks.
Getting out top secrets. Thank you, Sanjeevi. Now we have been wanting to see this man. He has finally reached here. Ilango and his Madam Kanaga Muthu, right? Come. Ilango, please, Ilango, let everybody see you. Come here. He is retired as a very top government official, deputy chief of the chief inspector of factories. Yes, sir. He's retired now, but he's still really powerful, and he's come late. You have your own reasons for that, right? Please give us your reasons.
Because I started very late. That is the reason.
That is his sense of humor.
He has to pay a fine for it.
The subject is the traffic was very traffic itself is because too much. The road condition is very bad. And added up to this rain. Incessant rain also cost me driving slow. That's the problem. Otherwise, I would have trim. Yeah. I fell ill for a week. So I lost my weight by 4 kg. That's the problem. Earlier I was 65 kg, now I am only 62. I underwent an operation.
We feel jealous of this. It's too much. 62 kilos.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Ilango.
Once I was 72.
We know how you were in college.
So I came with my wife. She is Dr. Kanamuthu. She is sitting behind there. I have one son. He is employed at Singapore. He is married to a Malayali girl. And they have a son, very cute boy. And I have one daughter. She is married to a IT engineer. They are settled at the UK. She is a dentist by profession, and she is appearing for some exams. And she will be very soon employed there at the UK itself. So we are only 2 people here, sitting around the TV, spending the time without any worry. We are not worried about anything.
Getting a fat pension also.
Yeah. Both of us are pensioner, we get a fatty pay for us, so no problem. So thank God, Elango. Yeah. All my friends are here who are
What we were telling all the people is we wanted some good incidents. Do you remember any good incidents? We remember, Machan. We used to call him Machan.
in fact, the word Machan is assigned by me. Machan and other things.
During the entertainment,
In those days we used to play cards running. So some of my friends are here who used to sit with me for playing running and other things. It was a very enjoyable days for us. We enjoyed everything, the premises, the mess, the classrooms, the lecturers, the whole university. What makes you laugh?
I told you he's got humor.
Lecturer. Very good.
I told you he's got humor. He enjoyed the lectures.
And also classrooms.
Class?
Thank you.
Great, very nice. Even though I made the evening complete, correct? You agree with me, no? Thank you everybody. Now, yeah, my time. I think hearing everybody, I think it's almost saturated. It's all part of the whole thing. As far as I'm concerned, I've been, you asked me what I am, engineer, entrepreneur, educational counselor, all that is rolled into one. And now I'm of course relaxing in Pondicherry. For the past 35 years I've been settled in Pondicherry. Coming to my family, God gave me my good woman and she drove my clouds away. She gave my life, she gave me love, she gave me life and sunshine every day. And now we have the babies. We have 2 kids. I have a son and a daughter. We have a son and a daughter. The son is a mechanical engineer, and the daughter, she's a medical person, medical doctor, working in the UK. That is my family. Great to be here. Great to compare this whole show and the role that has been given to me by these people. And it's been really fun. Thank you. I hope all of you also enjoyed the evening. Now coming to the announcements, we have entertainment program which follows, and they'll be setting right things here so that we can have a couple of drinks, soft drinks, whatever you want. In the meanwhile, Mali has asked me to make the announcement that he's getting things ready on stage. Thank you for your patient hearing.
Oh.